So there's only one sweet baby here that matters. And that's Sweet Baby Ray's. This other sweet baby, no, no bueno. Do not want. But there's a game now. Gamers boycott Henry Halfhead due to Sweet Baby Inc.'s connection. Titles concurrent player count plummets. So I'm guessing this is the premise of the game. This dude named Henry, and he's half head. Okay, I mean, I can get with the half head part, but where's the rest of him? Does he not have a body to go with half of his head? It just said Henry half head. Doesn't say Henry no body half or half head no body. But following its release, Henry Halfhead was revealed to have been developed in partnership with deeply partisan Sweet Baby Inc., causing an uproar and calls for boycott from calls to boycott from gamers. We've got Smash JT heads up Sweet Baby Inc. detected. Per master of the TDS, new Steam release Henry Halfhead by Lulu Entertainment Zurich. Lulu, never heard of him. I know Lulu, with Claire Lovecat, Lulu. Actually, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Lulu. Hang on. This is
우리
Lulu.
다람쥐 우리 다람쥐
I'm sure you guys have seen Lulu if you're on the internet enough. Have seen Lulu at one point. The only other Lulu that matters. Sweet Baby Ink fingerprints all over. Their grubby little nasty fingerprints. They even bragged about it, their involvement on Blue Sky, because they know that Blue Sky is a fucking echo chamber. And instead of being told, hey, maybe you guys should fuck off, everyone would be on there just fucking, oh, Sweet Baby Ink. Diversity is such a strength. Who cares that you're putting good people out of business a lot of the time and losing companies money and causing people to lose their jobs? It's all about diversity. Gamers deserve to know who's behind these. We're just going to go to the post. The post itself. Who's behind these projects? Alright, so we've got Sweet Baby Inc. It's been incredible to see so much love for Henry Halfhead, and we're really excited for the wonderful Lulu team. We feel so lucky to have helped them bring their visions and their Henry to life. And if you're looking for something sweet and creative and full of heart to play this weekend, I can give you 1,000 other games that you could possibly play that aren't Henry Halfhead. A few individuals went online to point out this connection, intending to send a warning to any gamer who might be considering the adventure game as their next purchase. A reveal. On September 17th, just one day after the debut of the indie adventure game, Sweet Baby took to Blue Sky in order to congratulate the burgeoning team and promote their new title. They also wanted to fucking jerk themselves off. As a knock-on effect, the post also acted as a public admission to their involvement with the project. We just went there and read that. The post then showed an announcement from Lulu Games touting the game's launch. Numerous high-profile voices in the gaming world, like Master of TDF of the Gothic Therapy YouTube channel, wouldn't let this go unnoticed and shared observations on the peculiar involvement of Sweet Baby Inc. The game earned a level 2 entry on the DEI Detective website due to Sweet Baby Inc.'s consulting on the project. Perhaps this upstir is contributing to the game's abysmal player rates. So let's see. Today is the 28th, so this was a couple days ago. But it's an all-time peak, 44. Players right now, 12. Henry's humble origins. The game's press kit shares some information regarding the origins of Henry Halfhead. Is he related to Henry Danger, or is it that Henry Halfhead is what Henry Danger was, but the Danger just got to be too much for him, and he finally met at the match, and he became Henry Halfhead. Years ago, while studying game design, some members of what would become the Lulu team were instructed to create a character with superpowers and a disadvantage. Okay, great concept, but we had games like Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, which is, I mean, the dude's in a fucking base, and you gotta. Uh, you're all the way up there, and you just plummet all the way down, and then you write a suicide note in Minecraft. But so if this is the premise of the game, why does Sweet Baby Inc., a consultancy firm that prides themselves on diversity, equity, inclusion, what would they possibly need to do? What would be the reason to get into this game? So there's got to be more to this game that meets the eye, because again, that's what they do. And a game, they talk about creating stories and this and that, but the game really doesn't have much of a story, it seems. Superpowers and a disadvantage. Superhuman Halfhead. Why does a consultancy firm that prides themselves with diversity, equity, and inclusion about adding characters of different genders and races and this and that, why would they be working on a game like this? So there's got to be more than meets the eye, like Transformers. The crew began working on the idea, but eventually had it shelved, as they were unable to develop the concept beyond what was immediately required. Sometime later, after graduation, the team finished their first game, Boomerang, and released it on PC and Switch. Then in 2021, the team returned to Henry and began gaining support for the project through cultural grants. For 4 years later, Henry Halfhead was born. It's a game about an odd little creature who is only half of a head and has the ability to turn into any inanimate object it chooses. So why is Sweet Baby Inc. involved? Meet Henry, merely half a head, yet with a spectacular ability to become any object. So he's like a Ditto, except not as cool as Ditto. Or at least Duplica's Ditto, because I don't think Ditto itself can transform into other things apart from Pokemon. Duplica's was able to transform into people, inanimate objects like books and pictures, and fucking turned into a cannon and fucking fired Pikachu out of it. So if I remember, that's only Duplica's Ditto. I don't think Dittos are like that. But it's the same thing. And you could turn into everything. And become any object within its reach. That's boring. Ditto just merely needs to look at something. Just proving Ditto is much better. The game's official description on Steam reads: discover every object's unique ability and cleverly combine them to take Henry through their not so ordinary everyday life. Fans of the game have described it as an allegory for the lived experiences of disabled individuals. The indie game was made available for purchase on September 16th and retailed at $12, or rather just like $13, though it immediately went on discount in order to encourage sales. Alright, so contributions from Sweet Baby Inc. How exactly Sweet Baby Inc. changed the project, if at all, is unclear. But its mere involvement in enough to warrant a boycott from some gamers, in spite of any positive reviews. Notably, the Halfheads' preferred pronouns are they, them, and reportedly the team chose gender-neutral pronouns in order to be more inclusive, in spite of the name of the character's obviously masculine name. Yeah, like, especially like with Henry, you have Henry, and then you have the female equivalent, Henrietta. So they chose Henry, but they're like, no, it's a they, them. I get it that they're going for the whole half-head thing, and, Henry, probably just the first thing that came to their mind, but they couldn't figure out any gender-neutral names that go with it rather than Henry. Or, because in this case, gender really doesn't matter, Don't worry about pronouns. Just call it Henry Halfhead. I don't think this is not a character that people are going to want to see themselves in. Okay, leave the pronouns and stupid shit like that for characters that are rich and meaningful in characteristics and story and background, and not Henry Halfhead. Who fucking cares what pronouns they go by? Who cares what their gender is? It's a half a head. It's half a head. Fucking half head. In a leak, In a leaked clip, Cameron Wild, a member of Sweet Baby Inc., admitted to having a strong disagreement with an unknown developer regarding aspects of a character's identity. In the video, Wild described a method of pressuring and guilt-tripping the developer until they eventually submitted to the consultant's narrative demands. The leak confirmed the suspicions of critics and reignited the heated controversy around the consultation studio. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't just give helpful suggestions. Rather, it forces bias and aggressive ideology into every project it touches. It appears that gamers at their core are primarily concerned with difference in politics, but instead with the restriction aren't primarily concerned with difference in politics, but instead the restriction of narrative creativity in order to promote an arbitrary, unnecessary agenda. Again, it's Halfhead. The dude doesn't have any fucking junk, or the thing doesn't have junk. So why we're even You could have just called it Halfhead. It didn't even need a name. Halfhead. You know, like Salad Fingers. Does he have a name? Probably, but people just his name is Salad Fingers. Why did it need Henry? If they were so concerned about freaking inclusivity, then don't give it a name. Just call it Halfhead. Like Cuphead. Cuphead. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? I don't fucking know. Their name is Cuphead. That way you can not, it can be ambiguous and it can be up for interpretation. Simple. I think some people owe me money now. I just created some fucking ideas for you. But why would Sweet Baby Inc. be that concerned about fucking Henry Halfhead and make it, oh, we gotta be inclusive? It's half a fucking head. Half a fucking head. Why must we put gender and diversity on things that don't matter, especially like that? It's half a fucking head. Current gaming, that's not just current gaming, current fucking day. Especially which ones that don't, one which doesn't reflect the experience of most consumers. These consumers don't have a problem with it representing minorities or disabled individuals in media. They just want an original ideas to be given a fair shake. Instead, consultants like the one found on Sweet Baby at Sweet Baby Inc. choose to stifle creativity through resentful guilt trip tactics. Yeah, like you guys wouldn't want to be seen as racist, wouldn't you? Such practices destroy diversity of thought and expression within the gaming industry, a clear contradiction in the value these consultants publicly swear by. A nose ring in a modern day is a modern day scarlet letter. Again, all they had to do, keep the thing as it is, and then maybe throw on some hair, to make it look, it's like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Doesn't matter. It's half a fucking head. But everything they touch turns to shit. I'm not surprised, because this is what they do. If that's indeed what they contributed by, we We need to make it a they them because people, yeah, people will totally want to see themselves in this. Oh my god, it's literally me. No. 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 Again, all they had to do was Halfhead. Just like Cuphead or Salad Fingers. You have the name of the character. I mean, though Salad Fingers, I think, is basically confirmed to be a male. Um, but you can still have a character who, I mean, Salad Fingers looks like a male, but he is very feminine. You know, it's kind of like in between there. But Salad Fingers or Cuphead or whatever else I can think of. But Sweet Baby Ink, you just need to go. You need to go. Just you gotta take Majin Buu's you know, advice and just go bye 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 bye. Because you just fuck everything up. Everything you touch turns to shit. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later.